We spend our lives trying to fill our heads, but our greatest power actually lies in emptying them. Most of us are walking around with full cups, wondering why we feel so heavy and uninspired. This is the story of how losing everything you think you know is the only way to finally find what you've been looking for. In a quiet monastery perched high above a misty valley, lived a Zen master named Hakuin. He was known throughout the land for his profound wisdom, and many seekers traveled great distances just to catch a glimpse of his insight. One day, a young, ambitious scholar arrived at the monastery. He was a man of great prestige, having studied every philosophy, mastered multiple languages, and memorized thousands of scriptures. He had come not to learn, but to exchange ideas, or more accurately, to show off his own intellectual prowess. Master Hakuin invited the scholar into a small sunlit room for tea. As they sat on the tatami mats, the scholar began to speak. He spoke of his theories on existence, his critiques of ancient texts, and his many accomplishments. Every time Hakuin tried to offer a simple observation, the scholar interrupted with a quote from a famous book or a complex counterargument. Hakuin listened patiently, nodding in silence. Eventually, he began to pour tea for his guest. He filled the scholar's cup to the brim. But then, he didn't stop. He kept pouring. The golden liquid rose to the lip of the cup, trembled for a second, and then began to spill over the sides. It flooded the saucer, soaked the table, and began to drip onto the scholar's expensive silk robes. "Stop!" the scholar shouted, jumping back in surprise. "It is over full. No more will go in." Hakuin stopped pouring and set the teapot down with a gentle click. He looked the young man in the eye and smiled. "Like this cup," Hakuin said softly. "You are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" The scholar was stunned into silence. For the first time in years, his mind stopped racing. He realized that his fullness, his pride, his rigid beliefs, and his need to be right was actually a barrier. He was so busy holding on to what he knew that he had no room for what he had yet to discover. To empty your mind is not to become empty-headed or to lose your intelligence. It means unlearning. It means setting down the heavy luggage of yesterday's assumptions so you can walk freely into today's possibilities. In our modern world, we are all that scholar. We carry full cups of old regrets, quick judgments, preconceived notions, endless noise, deadlines and worries about the future, memories that no longer serve us. When a room is packed from floor to ceiling with old furniture, nothing new can enter. There is no space to move, no space to breathe. The same is true for the mind. When your mental space is crowded with what was and what if, you lose touch with what is. True peace doesn't come from adding more to your life. It comes from removing what no longer belongs. When you empty your mind, you enter what the masters call beginner's mind, a state where curiosity replaces certainty. In the beginner's mind, there are endless possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are very few. Let go of the need to be the person who knows everything, and you become the person who can learn anything. You become like a clear lake, still enough to reflect the sky, deep enough to remain calm, even when a stone is thrown. The usefulness of a cup, the masters say, is found in its emptiness. The scholar stayed at the monastery for many months. He didn't read a single book. He swept floors, watched clouds drift, listened to the wind, and in that silence, he discovered something unexpected. The greatest wisdom isn't found in a full mind, but in an open one. Empty your mind today. Let go of the need to have an answer for everything. Release what's weighing you down. Create space, because sometimes the life you're searching for doesn't require more effort. It only requires room to grow.